Hello and welcome to another Friday artwork video. So we're going to go through the Future Sight cards that I pulled from boosters. Any relevant links to other videos about Future Sight, either the original pack openings or anything to do with set musings, those sort of things, I'll include links in the description. So let's dive in. Start off with white cards. And of course, again, so one of the reasons for maybe checking out the original pack openings is just the sheer amount of mechanics and stuff like that that's in the set. I'm going to go through, first of all, all the in colour order, but the regular bordered stuff first, because if you remember, the set had those future shifted cards. So, yeah. They'll be bringing up the rear. Okay. So it looks like we've got our first rare here. And yeah, this is one of these packed cards. So yeah, there you go. Pretty unusual at the time. There was a cycle of these. Again with this, there's something very strange with the ink on these ones. I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on it. They almost appear blurry, but not quite. It's really odd. Yeah, not all of them, just some of them. And it seems to be only in the text area where it's an issue. But again, I can't quite determine if it's as bad as I think it is. I mean, these are all open pack fresh, so it's not as if it's like a... Well, I don't think it's a dodgy pack, but yeah, it's not as if they're... What would you call it? Like, cards that I bought as singles and it turns out they're not the genuine article. Actually, I've just realised something. To deal with these a certain way, or at least one of them. Okay, so fairly straightforward so far. And now we move on to the future shifted cards with the weird borders. But they did something interesting. And I just do this like this. They did something interesting with the vanilla creatures. So yeah, it's sort of, you end up with this sort of full, like a full artwork card, which is interesting. Because they don't need the rules text or the reminder text there for a vanilla creature. But yeah, interesting with the what do you call it? The mana cost, like off to the side. And then also, I don't know how many people may have spotted this when I did the Deck Musings episode. Up here, they did something here with the symbols. So those symbols represented certain card types. So the one for the creature is different, say, from the one for the enchantment. There's another rare here. Imperial Mask. Now, when of course any of these got reprinted in the future, they were simply put into whatever card frame was the predominant card frame at the time. Now, interestingly enough, there was some slivers kicking around this set, and I actually have the lymph sliver, which was on the different border, the different card art. So let's have a look at that, see if we can get a feel for what it was like. So there's the foil version, there's the regular, and then just sort of side by side there. Yeah. Another one here with the future shifted border. And yeah, we have, there was a rebel thing going on. So moving on to blue. Another one with the text looks a little bit blurry. I also can't remember as well as whether there's any particular sets, and I'm talking about just sets throughout Magic's history, were more what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think it's the best way to say it, but like associated more with, say, problems with the ink of the printing, basically, and the clarity of the printing. I know we've always had on and off problems with cardstock over the years with Magic cards, but yeah. Oh, that always does my eyes in. Let me get it off the camera fairly quickly for you. Messes with your brain, that. And another rare card from the set in blue. Oops. Buyback and Scry. Oh yes, unblinking bleb. Right, the rare. And it's also a legendary creature. Fences diffusion. So, and we have another vanilla future shifted card. 2/3 creature illusion for 2 and a blue. Blind Phantasm. And then lots of other interesting future shifted cards, like Logic Knot and Mesmeric Sliver. And this one, which is a Sarcomite Mere. Yeah, it's fascinating with these, just what the style of border does to the artwork for these. And it'd be interesting, I think. I don't know if I'd ever get round to doing it, but certainly, you know, one thing somebody could just try doing, just do a sort of side-by-side comparison in Scryfall with, you know, if these were ever reprinted in regular borders, like, you know, how they look. Of course, with the original artwork, I mean, they changed the artwork for Tarmogoyf, didn't they, when they reprinted it for the Master set, as we've seen in the Set Musings episode. Okay, moving on to black. The other thing I noticed with this is, you know, just within the set, cards that weren't necessarily future shifted cards looked like cards you'd seen before, but had interesting twists on them. You know, maybe a interesting ability if it was a creature. Playing around with counters, that one. Another rare. Yep. Hellbent and Madness. It's a Grave Peril. And an Ichor Slick. Stay in black. We've got Lost Hours. Minions Murmurs. Now here's another weird one. I recognise this card. Yeah, it really sticks in my head, but I'm just not sure whether it's just through opening this or whether I did indeed. Well, actually, yeah, I know I must have drafted this set online actually, but of course it would have been like a block draft, wouldn't it? Like, oh my, yeah, it would have been one pack each of, oh dear, yeah, of the whole block, one pack of each of the sets of the block there. Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember much apart from it was a dog's breakfast. In some sort of flashback draft. I certainly didn't draft this when this came out. Okay, another rare Simian Spectre. So yeah, some interesting Spectre shenanigans going on there. Got quite a number of rares in the future shifted slot actually, thinking about it. Again, just, yeah, completely different aesthetic here. It's interesting, isn't it? I wonder what the reaction would have been if they had have gone with the... Just gone, okay, yeah, we're going to change the frames actually to this now. All right, another... This is the first time in a while I think we've been able to do a compare and contrast on the foil. I almost got the impression with the other sets in here, they were almost like avoided foiling. So, yeah, so we've got a foil grave Scrabbler, and that's it in the regular art, you know, non-foil version. So that pops pretty nicely actually. I think a lot better than the one we looked at a moment ago. And the other interesting thing was, I always found with this, when you did get the, you know, like any future shifted legends, it made them look super interesting. I think, as I pointed out, we seem to have a future shifted vanilla creatures thing going on here a bit. I don't know, it's funny, isn't it? Just the look of the vanilla creatures, even though the bottom's different, but I had to do a double take because I thought, oh, have I mistakenly put a token in here? Okay, moving on to red. Bloodthirst and flanking. Oh, what a combination. Buyback and storm. I often wonder with this what a pre-release must have been like. I'm not even sure what they did there, because normally when you get onto the, you know, second and third set, don't they usually, there would still be tournament packs around there around that time, so I'm assuming it would have been like a pack from the tournament pack from the first big set, or a certain amount of packs, like, I don't know, 4 boosters if tournament packs weren't available, and then 2 packs from the smaller set. I'm never sure, because I've never attended a pre-release where they've done, you know, for the final set of a block, whether there's ever been any pre-releases where it's been like 2, 2 and 2, you know, 2 packs from the first, 2 packs from the middle and 2 packs from the third. I've always assumed it's been the large set followed by whatever the small set was for the pre-release. And I'm assuming this was no different. I'm also trying to think the last set where they printed tournament packs. Would it have been Shards? I'm not sure. I don't know if it was. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what set it could have been. Oh, there we go. Another vanilla creature. Yeah, this was weird. So, Ghostfight is colourless. Deals 3 damage to target creature or player, but it's 2 and a red to cast. I'm assuming that was the first time they did that. It's funny, I'm trying to think if I've ever come across these in Dollarama repacks or not. I think I must have done at least once, maybe. I'm sure they have turned up. I've opened enough over the years, so I suspect they have. But I don't think you see them that often. Okay, so we're now moving into green. Convocan Kicker for that one. Cavu Primarch, I think that is. Still got some interesting cards. So stay till the end. Learn War Empire. Kicker and Vanishing. And Convocan Buyback. Oh, good tokens. Yeah, I do remember that card. More tokens. to the future site, future shifted cards, should I say. We did feature Edge of Autumn. It came up in this week's deck Musings. It was in the deck we looked at. Oh yeah, the Cut-a-Wall Pride. Now, I'm not sure. Yeah, I've got some memories of this card, and I can't remember what context I was trying to build some deck. I don't know what it was. Did I? Yeah, not sure what the context was. I remember taking a really good look at the card, like you do when you spot a card and you think, oh, I wonder what sort of deck I could build around that. Okay, another. Yeah, we've got quite a number of foil future shifted cards here. Well, I've actually got the foil and a non-foil. So let me try and move this around a little bit. And down the bottom. And then that's the regular one. Pretty straightforward. And then the two side by side. I actually think I prefer maybe the non-foil one. It's certainly clearer to see what's going on. And that happens. Right, so next on the agenda is a fungus. Reach and Death Touch for Thornweld Archer. And we have another sliver, which is also the last of our green future shifted cards. So what have we got left? Well, yeah, nice selection here. We have this one, which really gives it away in the rules text there. So yeah, a Sword of the Meek. Also, yeah, smattering of lands here of various types. So there was this one which was the one with dredge on it. Dackmore Salvage. And then there was also this. There was a green uncommon non-basic land. This one had graft on it, which was Manowar Reborn. And then there's another rare. This is pretty nice actually. So yeah, the red-green one and the Grove of the Burn Willows. And then lastly, and it's another land which is been future sighted or future shifted. This one, I think this actually did turn up in a commander deck of some description. So this is this morph one, but of course anything in the commander deck, it was in its in a new form with a different different frame on it, a non-future shifted frame. So there we have it. Hopefully you enjoyed that. It was really interesting looking back through those, particularly just the way some of these look with that with those borders. they look so unusual. But yeah, let's leave this on the screen a little bit longer. So some interesting stuff going on in the background there. Cool. So thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in a future video.